Weekend Modder here with part one of a proof video for Tom K. Tom K of Connecticut. This is the console that is yours that we ordered. It is a Corona motherboard, RGH done with an Ace V3, the CR4 speedup files, and then you did the brick proof upgrade. And the reason you're going to see it in this form here is for me to offer a little bit of an explanation. I can see on the website, and obviously we make that selection available to you to choose internally accessible brick proof upgrade or externally accessible. I'm going to be adding a clarification on these Corona consoles that it appears I can't really honor the request to do the externally accessible. And let me explain why. So on this Corona console, the NAND is read and written via this pin header here. Rather than being read or written via the normal NAND headers up here, it's actually read or written via here. And then there's additionally a wire that runs from this crystal to pin 15. You can see it's coming off up here, this wire, that needs to be either enabled or disabled depending on whether you're trying to operate the console normally or if you're trying to read and write to the NAND. So in anticipation of being able to do this externally, I actually routed the switch for this, you can see right here, externally. So this would be available if the console was reassembled. This would be the end cap. And then right underneath here, this is where the Wi-Fi module goes. This would be able to be reached externally. And then I also even clipped a little opening in the case here with the intention of taking this adapter, which is what's used to plug into that pin header. So this goes into the little pin header there. And then it comes out to this, the SD tool, which the reason this is in the shape of an SD card is because it literally fits into any standard SD card reader writer. So the idea originally was plug in the adapter into the pin header and then snake the cable out through the opening in the side here, and then it would be available externally outside the case. The problem in reality with that is that evidently having this pin header adapter deal plugged in while you try to operate the console causes frequent freezing. So what I noticed was when I was running it, the console was freezing and locking up on boot and some other stuff. And essentially, it's my conclusion that it's drawing some amount of power away from the NAND and then therefore causes it to not operate properly. With the adapter pulled off, which it's just a simple, pressure fit. So you just simply slide it right on the top. So if you get it lined up, you just push it down like that. Oh, I wasn't on camera when I did it. Sorry, hard to look at something and then do it. So it just slides on there and then it just pushes down, right? So it's nice and firm on there. Um, with this on here and running the console, it seems to kind of cause issues. However, if we remove this and run it without, which again, no problem, just pull up gently and unplug it right from there. And if you ever need to in the future, you just slide it right back on top of the little pin header. But anyway, long story short, I can't leave that on here. So the pin header will be here. You will get the tool. This is yours. It'll come in the package with the console. So if you ever do actually brick the console, what you'll need to do is, unfortunately, and I apologize for not being super clear up front about this, is you'll have to actually open the case of the console. You'll have to briefly remove, the DVD drive is normally what's covering this whole area. So you'll move the DVD drive, and then you'll plug in your adapter, and then again this switch. So right now it's in the O, or I like to think of it as off position. So this is in off or O, right? If you needed to read and write the NAND, you would simply switch that switch to the other position. And then when you apply power, but not actually turn it on, it's just standby power, and then attach this, that's what allows you to read and write to the NAND. Then once you've done whatever, like you reflashed a valid NAND, you would then disconnect power, remove power from the rear of the console, and then you'd come back over here and turn this back to the O or off position. And now the console can read and write or read from the NAND itself, and then it'll be able to operate and boot normally. So that's kind of your overview of the brick proof portion of this Corona console. Is remember, you'll have to use this. The orientation of the little adapter here is such that it needs to go this way, right? So it'll sits on there, and then the cable comes out this direction, and then you just plug your SD card reader writer into your SD card, or you plug this into your SD card reader writer, and you're all set. So thanks for watching, and yeah, part 2 of it fully assembled with your controller and stuff will be coming up after this.